Every Ayyappa devotee he reaches, Sabarimala eventually faces the same 18 steps. But why exactly 18? Why not 10? Why not 20? Because these aren't simply stairs leading to a temple. They can also be understood as a journey through the struggles inside us. But what do the 18 steps actually represent? And why must a devotee cross them before reaching Ayyappa? If you want to understand the mystery behind these 18 steps, stay with me. Subscribe to DivinePath. And let's begin. Imagine you've spent days preparing for this journey. You've walked through forests. You've endured tiredness. You've carried your prayers. And finally, you see Sabarimala. But the journey isn't over. Because between you and Ayyappa stand 18 sacred steps. For a moment, they may look like nothing more than stairs. But to a devotee, this is the final part of a much deeper journey. Because the real journey isn't only through the forest. It's also a journey through the human mind. Anger, desire, greed, attachment, and ego. 5 things that can quietly control a person without them even realizing it. But then comes the question, if these steps represent an inner transformation, why exactly 18? One traditional explanation connects them to the things we struggle to control every day, the 5 senses we experience through every day, and the 5 ways those senses pull our attention outward. Then come the 3 qualities that shape the mind: clarity, restlessness, and heaviness. And then, the 5 senses and the 3 qualities come together. But that's still only part of the mystery. Because traditional interpretations also connect the number 18 with deeper layers of human experience. And this is where the number becomes more than just a number. It becomes a map from what controls you toward what you control. And that is why the climb matters. You're not simply climbing toward a temple. You're symbolically leaving something behind with every step. So what exactly are you leaving behind with those steps? There isn't just one universally agreed explanation for every step, but one powerful traditional interpretation connects the 18 steps with the senses, the mind, and deeper qualities of human nature. The idea is simple. Before reaching the divine, you first learn to master what pulls you away from it. First, the senses. What we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we smell, what we touch. Then comes the mind. Because controlling the senses is one thing, but controlling the mind is something much deeper. Traditional Indian philosophy also speaks of 3 qualities within nature and the mind: clarity, restlessness, and heaviness. And as the pilgrim climbs, the symbolism becomes clear. The steps are not only taking him upward, they're asking him to go inward. But after climbing all 18, something changes. The forest is behind you. The struggle is behind you. And what's left is you. That is why the climb feels different. You began the journey carrying your burdens. You arrive carrying faith. And somewhere between those 2 moments, the person who started the journey begins to change. And maybe that's the deepest meaning of the 18 steps. They don't simply take you closer to Ayyappa. They remind you to become worthy of standing before him. But there's one thing about the 18 steps that most people never notice. The 18 steps aren't meant to be rushed, because every step asks you to slow down, look within, and leave something behind. And perhaps that's why the final step feels different. Not because the temple suddenly became different. You did. You arrived carrying one version of yourself, and you leave carrying another. Maybe that's what Saranam truly asks of us. Surrender what you cannot control, and walk toward what makes you better. The 18 steps are not just something you climb. They can become a reminder of what we need to overcome within ourselves. If this journey touched you, subscribe to DivinePath, and tell me in the comments, which part of the 18 steps meant the most to you?